fund. We will drive this program vigorously through our brand new state special purpose vehicle known as the Delta State Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency. We will maintain the very core principle that guided the success of the Delta State Microcredit Program, and that is making absolutely sure that this fund gets to those it is meant for. This fund, like the Delta State Microcredit Program, is not a political patronage. Neither is it a safety net. Every nook and cranny of Delta State, wherever an entrepreneur resides, we will visit and make sure that this fund is disbursed with very minimum bureaucracy. Today, we have perfected over 485 groups through 20 microfinance banks who are our PFIs, our participating financial institutions. We are proud to say that in Delta State, our entrepreneurs, especially in the Delta State Microcredit Program, have taken ownership of the program. For any development expert, this is the crucible which government should aim at. As you will see very shortly, rather than bring economic gurus and captains of industries to sermonize to us on the challenges, prospects, and future of MSMEs, today in Delta State, we will hand over the microphone to the MSMEs practitioners themselves, because we believe that you cannot be more Catholic than the Pope. You will hear from budding entrepreneurs, established entrepreneurs, also entrepreneurs from an emerging constituency of internally displaced persons, IDP, our brothers and sisters who are displaced due to the present insurgency in some parts of northern Nigeria. But then, because of the policy of inclusiveness of Delta State Government Administration, everyone is made to feel at home here. So they are part of those who are going to benefit today from the rollout of this program. Finally, Your Excellency, distinguished gentlemen, may I seize this opportunity to applaud the Governor of Delta State, Dr. Emmanuel Uduaghan, who as a gubernatorial candidate promised to empower economically weak persons, and he kept the promise. He has also continued to lift the promise to higher heights by institutionalizing a legacy of prosperity in Delta State. We thank the Central Bank Governor for blazing a trail of focusing the Nigerian economy towards pro-poor policies. It is instructive to note that he came into office in June 2014, and by August 19, he has already implemented the MSME Fund. A round of applause for him, please. The Development Finance Department of Central Bank of Nigeria has been a great partner in progress for us. We thank you very much. It is my privilege and honor, on behalf of the Delta State Government, to welcome all of you to this milestone event, and I wish you a life full of prosperity. I thank you for your kind attention.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I think we should appreciate Dr. Antonia Ashedu once more. And like she said, Delta not the carry last. I said this in the absence of His Excellency. I like to say again, this is the only state in the country that has two sitting governors. They are both functioning at the same time from the same state. They are sitting together now. Shall we appreciate the governors, both from Delta State? And Your Excellency, before you came in, samples of all products were lined up here. You can see yams, flours, spices, and so on. We are anxiously waiting to receive samples from the CBN, up here. The CBN samples are not on stage. We request the governor of CBN to please direct that they produce their samples immediately. And there was a special applause from the women when it was announced that 60% of the funds will go to the women. They were very excited. You have to be careful so that your husbands don't waylay you. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on that note, please give me the special permission to invite for the symposium and interactive session of this program our own father, Reverend Father Jude Onyenibadi, to run the interactive session of this program as quickly as possible so we can make progress. Shall we welcome Reverend Father Jude Onyenibadi and his team to the stage? Here they come. Let's appreciate them as they come. On that team, we have Ruth Omoso, Barry Wood, Prosper Orogbo, Onome Denedo, Felix Lodio, Upright Waneka, Rebecca Azubike, Victor Onyago, Emmanuel Clinton, and Peter Oriwu.
What you're about to listen now is an interactive session between these entrepreneurs who have, one way or the other, exhibited their capabilities in what they know how to do best. Before now, the Central Bank Governor, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, had a tour of the products that were produced by these entrepreneurs outside this hall, and he was able to see some of the traditional attires that were made, what is popularly known here in Delta State as akwacha. We had a lot of beads, honey, organic agric products, such as yams, potatoes, tomatoes, fish farming, and so on. Also barbing by some physically challenged persons, shoemakers, and of course bags. Well, just as the commissioner said, this loan is being taken at 9% interest rate, and it is repayable in weekly basis or monthly installments. The objective basically is to provide short and medium-term low interest funds to the MSME sector. It also targets grassroots economic development, viable strategy for poverty alleviation through facilitation into productive assets and services through sustainable credit programs.
To give results. Can you tell us why you became an entrepreneur?
Thank you. I became an entrepreneur because I knew job is in me. I know that I have a potential to create jobs. Looking at my own environment, I saw a gap where I could key in. And being that I could be able to organize the risk factors and the risky activities and make them sustainable, leading to a very prospective and viable venture, I keyed into fish farming. I looked at businesses that have grown and become multinational, but they started small. So I see it as a very doable, viable, and attainable process. That made me an entrepreneur.
Thank you very much, my